All right, folks, I've got to close here. I am going to, I'm not leaving now. BKP Politics, FYNTV.com. I have a closer, and please do not leave the show now. I want to close with something because I'm going to ask you to see who wants to participate. There'll be participation at the end of the show. Biden does not participate, folks. He does not, okay? They are marching, and let me show you just a couple things, all right? Let me go quickly here. They bring Joe Biden in. And sit him down in a chair. Now, let me explain this, no matter how angry people get. When Donald Trump's administration, Trump walks in the Oval Office, gets up, walks out of the Oval Office. It doesn't matter who's in the room, nothing, okay? They bring Biden in. He does not do any event by himself, okay? There's always someone close. They don't start the cameras or really, they don't really get things rolling until they get him in place. Give me number 27. Just look at Biden sitting in the chair, okay? And keep in mind, they bring him in and sit him in a chair, and they give him what he's to say, okay? He's everything's very structured for him. He's not doing anything. Their nerves get shot. When he comes out to a podium or sits anywhere, it's all set up. Everything for Biden, okay? The world knows. They're watching. Look at number 43. The reason he has virtual, it's not for safety. Yesterday, Biden strikes compromise with moderate Dems on stimulus check, okay? 2021 issues conference. So they have Biden set up, and COVID is the perfect thing to do virtual meetings, okay? You see, in these virtual meetings, they can cut at any time. Seriously, they could cut. They could say cut, and they could back up the tape. They can. If you think all of these virtual meetings, why do you think he had a virtual meeting with the president of Mexico, virtual meeting with Justin Trudeau? Because Biden cannot have live interaction that can be caught on tape, caught on a mic, anything. This is a living, walking gaffe machine that is now on, has dementia, which we're not being negative in any way. We all have seniors and friends that have dealt with dementia, and is at that point and stage in their life that happens. And it's not being negative. We're compassionate here. But we're not asking them to be the president of the United States, okay? If grandpa's putting on boots and a sport coat, but forgets to put on pants and goes outside, that can be funny, and you can bring him back in the house. But you can't have grandpa forget to put on pants and be president of the United States of America, no matter how silly that sounds. That's who we have. Every meeting is virtual so they can control every aspect. They bring him in and set him in his chair. Every single thing. He has not done a press conference, okay? Number 45, look at him in the chair. Biden criticizes Texas and Mississippi over Neanderthal thinking. I'm not going to spend every single day saying, what if Trump would have said that? What if Trump would have done that? But what if Trump would have said Neanderthal thinking, right? They would explode, right? But look at him sitting in the chair, right? Every single thing. He does not do a press conference. I want to find something else, see if I have something else here. Nothing. And they're all covering every single day. They cover. Don't leave, folks. I've got a closer here. They cover for this man daily. Okay. So give me number 12. And we're going to play the video. Okay. Biden's live feed is cut off at the end of a virtual meeting of House Democrats after he says he's happy to take questions. A virtual meeting, they're all virtual, okay? As he faces mounting pressure to hold his first full press conference after 43 days in office, okay? Obama held, okay? Biden is yet to hold a press conference in 6 weeks since taking office. Can't do it. He can't do it. Obama held one 20 days after he was inaugurated. Trump, 27. Obama's 20 days. Trump, 27. 43 days. No press conference. This man was sitting in a chair and stacked up in front of him 57 executive orders, right? And they keep shuffling, because he shuffles his feet to different chairs, and they set him, and then they say, go, right? Now, one thing, if he was to do a live press conference, gaffes, this man is a gaffe machine that is now, the dementia is serious with this man, okay? And if he was to do a press conference, there's a couple things that could take place. One, the gaffes. Two, he could lose it. He could just lose it. Three, the little Doocy boy from Fox News could ask him a question, and he could say, hold on right there, Jack. He might throw one of his, wait a minute, you dog-faced, pony-loving Jack. Well, he might do that, so they're nervous over that. And if he was to do a press conference, you would see it very hand-picked, and it may leak out that journalists were given their questions. I'm serious. So play the video of where they cut the feed. Joe Biden, and they cut the feed yesterday. I thought I just called it Joe Biden. Play that really quick.
Thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do. Thank you.
I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, or if that's what you want me to do. They cut the feed. They cut it. That's exactly right. They cut it. So I'm just saying, okay, this guy is a disaster, and he's going to be there. It is March 4th, right? It is QAnon Day at the Capitol. They're all a nervous wreck. So before I do a rundown of some final thoughts, Mario, no, not Mario. That's his daddy. That's Daddy Cuomo. There's Daddy Cuomo, okay? Quo. There's Daddy Cuomo. There's Andrew Smooches Cuomo. There's Chris Fredo Cuomo, okay? Scene right out of Godfather. Number 30. Andrew. I smooch everybody. I just I see I give you a smooch. Hey, how are you? Bada bing, bada, come here. And look at the cheeks. Come here, let me give you a smooch. I hug and smooch everybody. I didn't touch anybody inappropriate. Play the tape of Andrew explaining how he smooches everybody. His apology tape. Play that.
I want to address the recent allegations that have been made against me. As you probably know, the Attorney General is doing an independent review, and I will fully cooperate with that review. Now, the lawyers say I shouldn't say anything when you have a pending review until that review is over. I understand that. I'm a lawyer too. But I want New Yorkers to hear from me directly on this. First, I fully support a woman's right to come forward. And I think it should be encouraged in every way. I now understand that I acted in a way that made people feel uncomfortable. It was unintentional, and I truly and deeply apologize for it. I feel awful about it, and frankly, I am embarrassed by it, and that's not easy to say, but that's the truth. But this is what I want you to know, and I want you to know this from me directly. I never touched anyone inappropriately. I never touched anyone inappropriately. I never knew at the time that I was making anyone feel uncomfortable. I never knew at the time I was making anyone feel uncomfortable. And I certainly never, ever meant to offend anyone or hurt anyone or cause anyone any pain. That is the last thing I would ever want to do. I ask the people of this state to wait for the facts from the Attorney General's report before forming an opinion. Get the facts, please, before forming an opinion. And the Attorney General is doing that review. I will fully cooperate with it, and then you will have the facts. And make a decision when you know the facts. I also want you to know that I have learned from what has been an incredibly difficult situation for me as well as other people. And I've learned an important lesson. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for whatever pain I caused anyone. I never intended it. And I will be the better for this experience.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking.
I smooched everybody. That's how I said. If you say it twice, don't you love a Democrat wanting you to wait for the facts to come in? We're going to wait. Michael Avenatti, CNN, MSNBC, his brother Fredo, Joe Scarborough, Minka, ABC, George Stephanopoulos, Chuck Todd. Don't you, the Democrat, he just wants you to wait for the facts to come in. What, the facts on whether you wanted to, with some of the help, or the facts on you pushing grandma back in the nursing home, locking the door and infecting several others and killing them? What facts are we waiting to come in there? Smooches Cuomo. All right, anyhow, so waiting for the facts to come in. Now, rundown. Don't leave. Fastest 8 minutes, but don't leave, because I'm going to ask you to help me with something. Seriously. Number one, it's alarming. Alarming threats prompt early exit, underscoring security fears. Fears. Okay. Number three, with Biden's backing, Dems reveal bill to overhaul policing. George Floyd, we'll get to that in a second. Number six, Georgia Senate panel okays bill limiting sports to gender identified at birth. Interesting. Nice bill I want to keep up with. Number 7, Georgia House backed state income tax cut for most Georgians. Okay, there's one. Here's one. Okay, it's a little too late, right? It's a little too late to do the right thing now. Number 8. That's what I say. If asked, Brian P. Kemp faces test with GOP backing voting restrictions. You see, his test is if he signs it. Will he be saying he agreed that there was voter fraud and changes needed to be made? Okay. Anyhow, how about this one for Kemp, the governor of Georgia? Number 10. Georgia Governor Kemp says he had absolutely backed Trump as 2024 nominee. It's a little too late to do the right thing now, big guy. Number 11, Donald Trump is considering 2024 run for the White House without Mike Pence. Instead, mulling a black person or a woman on the ticket. So inside sources, just a little fun here, because we don't know, say he's talking to Tim Scott, possibly Tim Scott or the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, which I picked the other day. Number 15. He doesn't know, folks. He doesn't know you exist. Biden, please let us in. Folks, he doesn't know. Grandpa can't even get his pants on in the morning. Okay? Number 20, here's something you might want to look at throughout your day. House passes George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. Okay. Yeah, there is an honest, upstanding citizen, quality, just a man of character, George Floyd. All right. Just saying. They passed that, right? Number 23, extremists discussed plans to remove Democratic lawmakers, FBI, Homeland Security. All right. You see, moving right along. Number 29, House passes sweeping voting rights bill to roll back GOP moves. To roll back GOP moves right here in Georgia, all across the country. Sweeping. Number 30, governor apologizes. We had that one earlier. Okay. That's those smooches. Smooches apologize. Number 37, voting protections. HR 1, voting protections. That's what you need, right? Capitol on high alert. Number 38, Capitol on high alert. Again, after DHS warns of possible violence. 39, CNN, U.S. Capitol Police. We have obtained intelligence that shows a possible plot to breach the Capitol by an identified militia group on Thursday the 4th. The Boogaloos. Boogaloos coming to get you. Number 40, maybe it's Trump and Melania. Look at the picture they use. Capitol on alert again after DHS warns. Yes, Trump. Number 42, House passes sweeping voting rights bill to roll back GOP moves. Yes. Here is Tate Reeves. He is the governor of Mississippi, number 46. President Biden said allowing Mississippians to decide how to protect themselves is Neanderthal thinking. Mississippians don't need handlers. As numbers drop, they can assess their choices and listen to experts. I guess I just think we should trust Americans, not insult them. Oh, here he is. Upstanding dad. He didn't have a lethal amount. Number 47. When George Floyd died, there he is with one of his little children's there. When George Floyd died, he did not have a lethal dose of fentanyl in his system. No, he did not. We passed the George Floyd Justice Policing Act. Washington Post, number 48. Sorry. They always make it sound good. Number 49. The House votes to pass the For the People Act. Voting for the People Act. Number 50. Nothing. How can you go wrong with an ethics bill? House passes sweeping voting rights ethics bill. Yeah, they want to take over our elections. 51, they're preparing for violence. Sorry about that. 52, there's Senate GOP, Ron Johnson from out in Wisconsin. He wants them to read the entire bill into the record. And number 53, what will Senate do with voting rights legislation? What will they do with it? All right, here it is, number 55. 55, Senator Johnson to require Senate clerk to read entire 600-page COVID relief bill before the vote. I'm going to pass through some of these. Okay, so here's the close. It's 10 o'clock. I need 1 minute of your time. I have decided not to wait any longer on lawmakers, okay, in Georgia. I have looked at so many different I have looked at so many different angles of the Georgia Secretary of State's office. It's so many things that took place going all the way back to March of last year, the Dominion voting machines, that I have decided to take matters into my own hands. I will figure it out, how to do it. I'm asking for your help. If you would like to be part of a team, now, not to scare you away, it's going to cost money, time, effort. I need a team. So if you'd like to be a part of a team, here is 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700, chief@veterannews.com. Here's the way to get in touch with me. Number 61 is Ryan Germany, okay? Ryan Germany is the legal counsel, number 61. In fact, if you could go back, can we do a clip right now? I want to do it. Go back to our information, because I want to put this online, and I want to put online that BKP is looking for calls for an investigation into the Secretary of State's office in Georgia. So right here it is, okay? Here's the way to get in touch with me. Email address, social media way, okay? Now, we don't know if there is corruption. We don't know. We hear allegations, okay? But I believe it's going to take a team, and I'm going to need your help. But I have made a decision that there needs to be a full investigation into the Georgia Secretary of State's office, okay? I've made that decision. It's going to take, I need help. It's going to take money, time. It's going to be some work. But if you look at everything that took place in Georgia this last year surrounding the election, surrounding Dominion voting machines, surrounding election integrity, the deal made with Democrats, from one thing after the other, the list goes on, there is enough that causes me to believe there needs to be a full investigation into the Georgia Secretary of State's office. Now, this is number one. We don't know if these people have done anything corrupt. We don't know. We don't know if they've done anything wrong. Only a good investigation will show this. Now, this is number one. This is the Georgia Secretary of State's attorney, and his name, 61. I'm sorry. This is the Georgia Secretary of State's attorney, Ryan Germany. Okay. Now, he is part of this concern I have. Ryan Germany is their attorney. the Georgia Secretary of State's attorney, okay? You would think I should be in fear of these people. I have no fear of these people, okay? What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So we want to look, Ryan Germany, the next picture, 62. Remember, Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger and what he did with the telephone call. Who released that? Who recorded? You see, Ryan Germany was on that phone call. So somebody knows the details. Was it illegally recorded in Florida? Somebody knows. Ryan Germany was on the phone call. So Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, there's something bad wrong in there. We need a full investigation, okay? The next one is 63. This is Gabriel Sterling. Gabriel Sterling is now an employee of the Secretary of State's office. He was an employee, became a subcontractor. Now he's back to an employee. He was an employee when the whole negotiations was taking place to purchase Dominion voting machines. Then he was a subcontractor, and he implemented the setting up, I guess, implemented the elections surrounding Dominion voting machines. Then after the election, he went back to being an employee. He is part of what we need to investigate. And last but not least, number 64 is Jordan Fuchs. Jordan Fuchs is the Deputy Secretary of State. Okay, she is the Deputy Secretary of State of Georgia, Jordan Fuchs. She supposedly, sources say, it's been out there, that it may have been her that recorded the President of the United States and Brad Raffensperger, and she may have been in Florida, okay? She may have been in Florida at the time of the recording, and she may have been the one that released it to the Washington Post, which would be illegal. Also, this is a creative position for her, and she was involved with the negotiations with Dominion. She's been involved all along. So these are the four: Brad Raffensperger, Gabriel Sterling, Jordan Fuchs, and obviously Ryan Germany. What really happened on the phone call? What really happened on the purchase of the Dominion voting machines? There's a lot to look at. My question for you is, will you help me with this investigation? And if you will, put the number back up, okay? And don't get scared away, but it's going to take money, time, work, effort, emails, phone calls, looking for documents, maybe a trip or two to Atlanta, whatever. But don't say we need to investigate, and don't wait for the lawmakers in Atlanta, because I don't see it happening, okay? Let's take matters into our own hands as the good citizens of Georgia, all right, law-abiding citizens of Georgia, legal citizens of Georgia, whatever you want to call us, okay? And have no fear of these people, and let's see what's happening in that office. I'm your host, BKP. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, is tomorrow Friday? Yes, we'll be at Circuit World. See you then. Later.